on to you, Capricorns. So for you, Capricorns, excuse me, dang, you have the Eight of Cups, the Five of Wands, and then you Capricorns have the Five of Pentacles, right? These three cards, right? Um, uh, a lot of you Capricorns ain't really sweating like when you break up anymore, because I'm seeing how a lot of you Capricorns are beginning to understand more of your value. Um, I know I talk about that a lot, but because you don't really know your value. You understand it, you understand some of it, but you Capricorns don't really, like, you're discovering it is the point that I'm trying to make. And you Capricorns understand, okay, like, why should you go back and forth with a person when the two of you don't work? And, the Five of Pentacles, you know, if they treat you wrong, it really will be their loss when they don't have you anymore. So I'm just seeing how a lot of you Capricorns are learning to open your mind to a lot more bigger cosmic plays at work, in the sense that if a person wants to get away from you and you respect it and you say, okay, cool, and then you let it rock, and then they want to come back, they got to live with that. They, even if they may not, even if they don't come back, they got to live with that. They got to live with the fact that, they had you Capricorns for a little bit, and then they could have had you, but they decided that, for whatever reason, they ain't really want to hang out with you, and they had an issue. They could have decided against it. They could have, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had all the time in the world to actually go down the correct path. They didn't want to do that. So that's their problem. That's not your problem. And a lot of you Capricorns are learning to understand what is your problem versus what is not your problem. And you're learning how to not hold on to things, like by learning that not everything is your fault. Even though Capricorn is the scapegoat, you're understanding that scapegoat stuff, to take it in stride. People use you Capricorns as a scapegoat because the majority of the times they too weak to actually deal with their own problems. So instead of them dealing with their own problems, they'd rather use you as the scapegoat. Understand what that means. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're the one that actually did anything wrong. It means that they're just blaming you for the stuff that mishappens to them, or happens to them and they can't explain why. So now they have an anger or fear of why it happened. So now they blame you, right? When you get to know them, right? Now they all of a sudden they start blaming you for their issues and all of this stuff, right? And so the Devil card, which is Capricorn, right? Like how it is that people blame the devil for everything. And then it's like, but I don't think that the devil, I mean, I've been in this thing for 20 some odd years, fam. Like, I've never seen the devil in my life. Like, I don't know if it's my protection or and I know evil exists, but like the actual, I've never seen that in my life. Like, I've been around some pretty evil cats, if you know what I mean. But you know what I'm saying? But obviously I've made it out of that alive and in one piece. I stopped hanging out with them. But the devil though, I'm gonna be rapping. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that the devil really exists. I've never seen it in my life. And I'm talking about as a person who's played with the Ouija board. I think from what I've experienced, the evil really plays itself out in people who wants to indulge in that. And then they basically, like I said, like, people use the devil thing as like a political thing, because the people who are good don't know what's happening to them, and they kind of superstitious. So they look for something to blame because they may not understand personal responsibility. And people who may be mischievous and they may like to indulge into darker things, they want to basically kind of use the devil as kind of like a decoy so they could skirt away from responsibility, right? And they use that as the decoy. Why is the devil so important in this? Because number one, you Capricorns are nicknamed the devil or the scapegoat. Number two, this card popped up for you, and it is your major arcana, but it speaks to how, like, you Capricorns, again, the way that you are living life and the way that you are picking things up, you Capricorns are not living from the perspective of like trying to mess or screw people over. You are allowing people to blame you for their personal issues and gripes. And if they choose to blame you for their personal issues and gripes, then it is what it is. You will accept it for what it is and you'll respect it. But you just won't accept them back into your life when they leave, right? You will respect the fact that they leave and they want to leave, but you will not allow them to come back, because you get to choose who you want to associate, more so specifically who you don't want to associate. And people, they will have to deal with the fact that, they have made a mistake from not choosing to rock with you, because you know um but the devil thing is just their way of scapegoating you, because you Capricorns are becoming better people. And I see the differences. I see, a lot of you Capricorns are learning how to be a lot more lighthearted. And I like it. I like it. I'm not even gonna lie. I like it. I like it a lot. I like how loose a lot more of you Capricorns are. And when I say loose, I'm not talking about like for the streets. I'm talking about loose in the sense that you're not so like tight. You're not so uptight and like, what is this person on type stuff. You're not so like, is this person trying to do something to me? A lot more of you Capricorns are becoming a little bit more comfortable with yourselves. You're becoming a lot more comfortable, a lot more capable of being flexible and stuff like this. And it's attractive. A lot, you're getting the things that you Capricorns been wanting to, but you're doing it without having to plot and plan your way to do it, in the sense that the love and the attention and the celebrity and the love, you're getting all of that stuff. You're getting all of that, right? It's just, and this is what the Six of Pentacles represents. You're getting all of those societal things that you Capricorns wanted. You're getting the money, you're getting the attention, you're getting all of that stuff, right? So you don't have to work so hard the way that you used to. The Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles speaks to how you Capricorns also, you have time to relax for yourself. A lot of the times, especially 5-10 years ago, you Capricorns would experience things, but you would feel like you wouldn't have time to relax for yourself. Now you do. Now you can afford to relax. You Capricorns can actually afford to, when you're not hanging around others, you feel happy. You're not like constantly reflecting about how you're a failure or how you need to do this or how you need to do that. Because sometimes those type of thoughts creep into the Capricorn's consciousness. Like, oh, what about if you're not going to accomplish this, or if you're not going to do that? That's hogwash. And see, the thing is that the Three of Pentacles and the Tower right here speaks to that. It speaks to how you got to cut yourself some slack, give yourself some credit. And you are doing that. And it's paying off. It's working. It is working, because the Three of Pentacles and the Tower card speaks to, you feel good about yourself. You feel good about where you are in your life. And, obviously some things are being torn down, which is the things that are being torn down is the Lovers and the Four of Cups. What it is that you Capricorns tolerate from other people is being torn down, and your perception of love, thinking that love is a one-way street. That's the thing. That's one of the things that Capricorns need the most help with. A person who loves you They will show you that they love you. They will let you know that they love you. They will do things to let you know that they love you. How? They will go above and beyond. They will go the extra mile for you, Capricorns. They will at this point. No, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me get more detailed about it. They will go out of their way to show you that they love you. They will tell you that they love you. You will know from the way that they interact with you. They see the world in you, Capricorns. They see the world in you, Capricorns' eyes. They find you, Capricorns, to be attractive. They will want to be around you, you know. They will respect the fact that you, Capricorns, may need your little space because, you may, and when I say little, I'm not saying little to make it seem like you Capricorns are like to belittle you. I mean little in the sense that give you some hours so you Capricorns can grieve and feel, because remember, the stuff that you Capricorns have experienced, it takes, when you were younger, it's going to take years for you to actually get rid of that trash, that hogwash that you Capricorns lived through. So you're in your adulthood, and so a person does have to give you your space so that you can actually get rid of all that stuff that you've experienced, so that by that time you actually get a chance to interact with other people in a way where it's not like you feel smothered when you are around them. Remember, Mary J. Blige is a Capricorn. Mary J. Blige is a Capricorn. If you've ever seen the show Power, right? One of the shows, book 2, Power, right? Ghost, you'll see what it is that I'm talking about, right? Just give Mary, in the aspect of the show, give, Mary J. Blige her space. You know what I mean? Like, give her space. Give her time. Ghost is, or James St. Patrick is also a Capricorn as well. Give said person their time, their few minutes or hours before they decide that they want to rejoin this again. Same thing that goes for you. And like I said, they'll see the world through your eyes. They will see you Capricorns as being lovely people. They'll see you Capricorns as lovely individuals. And the Four of Cups, I ain't even gonna say anything. But the Four of Cups right here speaks to how a lot of you Capricorns, a lot of you Capricorns, and it'll also, for them, right, what's also changing is how, like, other people don't want to do the work to get to know you. That's changing too, for the better, to where people will want to. Let's clarify the Four of Cups. High Priestess, Ace of Raphael, 6 of Raphael, the 9 of Raphael, and the Queen of Gabriel. So to clarify the Four of Cups, right? So the High Priestess, the Ace of Raphael, the 6 of Raphael. You Capricorns may, it look like it's gonna rain, son. I'm about to close these curtains, but the High Priestess, Ace of Raphael, 6 of Raphael. You Capricorns may get in touch with somebody that you used to know, and they may reach out to you. You may reach out to them, and they may let you know how much love they have for you. The 9 of Raphael and the Queen of Gabriel. You Capricorns will be yourselves. The answer to what it is that you Capricorns give is inconclusive, meaning it's up to you. Some of you Capricorns may I don't know. I honestly don't know. And the reason why is because you Capricorns may decide to give this particular. See, when I talk about exes, I'm not talking. I don't control which ex I'm talking about. So it could be any ex that you know. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been surprised myself at some people that I had something for that came back, and I didn't even think they were ever coming back. So maybe you and a person reconnect, and you and this, some of you will say, okay, let's give it a try. Some of you Capricorns may say no. It honestly depends on who it is. If the person treated you well and had good character, of course, and treated you well, and maybe it was, like I said, maybe it was you Capricorns feeling like you're not good for them, you know then again, what do I know? You know what I mean? Real talk. I mean, you Capricorns are amazing people. What do I know? It could be this person is a terrible person. But again, this is why the Queen of Gabriel comes up, because it's like it's 100% up to you as to what you Capricorns want to do. It just really depends on what you want. So that's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel.